every podcast I listen to, they say that. Like, it'll be in the show notes. I don't even know how to get to show notes.
No, I don't either.
I've never seen them, found them. I use Google Podcasts, and I got no clue
Google
where that is.
Podcasts?
Yeah.
What is that? What is Google
What
Podcasts?
do you use?
Spotify?
Man.
Every now and then, Jake, you pull some kind of crazy wild card out for me like that. Like, it's just like, I feel like I've really gotten to know this guy. And then you pull something like that out.
I don't know how to start podcasts. Like, do we just say, welcome back to Friends with Benedicts. Breakfast around the world.
That seems pretty good. That seemed like a good first take.
This feels weirdly so much more corporate and official than usual.
Oh, it really does. Your setup looks way better than mine does. You have your light, don't you?
Dude, I was laughing so hard because last week we were talking about YouTube sets and how like fake and corny they feel, and then this week I'm just
tube
on
light.
a YouTube set. Yeah, I've got my light in the background. I got my fancy aperture light on me.
Wow, dude. Yeah, I don't have any of that.
Meanwhile, you got a pile of guitars, a snowboard, mountain bike.
Yeah, my setup is, it would be better. I don't have any of my lighting stuff with me, so this is way more jank than I would have made it. But, oh well.
This is also a really good day to record a podcast because I was sick all of last week and I still got residual cough.
No way.
So, might be editing out a bunch of me coughing.
Dang, probably not. Probably won't be editing that out.
Yeah, probably not. Especially since I still haven't edited a single podcast and I don't even know what it's going to be like. I guess we could explain, like, we're in different places right now. Breakfast Around the World has split up. I'm in Denver right now. I'm assuming you're in Gunnison. But I think we're gonna give this podcast thing a real wholehearted attempt. See how it goes. So try and film once a week, record once a week. And even though I don't love remote podcasts, or at least I don't think I love them. I always prefer when people are together. But I'll bet there's some podcasts I listen to where I don't even realize that they're remote, because I don't watch podcasts. I only listen to them.
I was going to say, I think you'd be surprised. The amount of times I have listened to a podcast and found out after the fact that one or more of the people are remote, happens a lot. So I think you'd be surprised. I think we're going to be able to make this happen.
Yeah. I think we've definitely got a lot of bumps in the road we'll have to figure out, especially since at this point this podcast still doesn't exist. There's still not a single one online, but we'll get there.
I got everything else nailed.
We're talking into the void.
We've used different microphones on every single episode so far. We've been in a different place. We've had a different lighting setup. It's really eclectic.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's actually, that was very intentional. That was a scientific experiment on our part so that we would try a bunch of mics to see what was best.
Yeah, I'm sure the phone mic episode is going to be the way to go. I listened back to it, just like part of my habit. It's like, pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, the pops can be bad for sure.
Yeah,
so
that's okay. Hey,
I don't know.
That was our best episode, though. We can't scrap that one.
Yeah, no. I don't think we're scrapping any of them. Except for the one we didn't finish.
Oh, yeah. And yeah. Oh, okay. So really quick, speaking of which, we were talking about where we're coming from. So contextually, usually Jake and I are traveling because we're YouTubers and we're living the life.
Big travel
guys. But a lot of times we're traveling both for work because we work for the same company. But We live in different places, which is so sad. And who knows, maybe subject to change someday. But until then, I know that Jake is at home because I've been to his house. But if you rewind and remember when Jake said, I assume you're in Gunnison, he only had to assume because Jake has never visited me here in Gunnison. It's really sad.
Yeah. That is because geologically, Gunnison is.
You better pick your next words carefully, my brother. This is my home.
I have no good reason for that. I don't know, like, it's a long drive, and where would I sleep? Like, what would I do if I drove all the way out
Dios
there?
mío, man.
Well,
the only car Jake owns is a Mercedes Sprinter van that's fully converted.
Hey, whoa. It's a Ford.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad. It's a Ford. Yeah, never mind. It makes sense why you haven't been out here. Falls on the road, dead.
Exactly. I can't take a risk and drive that thing 5 hours away.
Yeah, definitely. I know how that feels.
Maybe someday, breakfast around the world will happen in Gunnison, Colorado.
Yeah, maybe.
I did kind of want to talk about the creative process with you because I had an interesting roller coaster ride this week with making my YouTube video that
oh yeah, I want to hear about it.
I feel like you would appreciate and hopefully relate to, because man, speaking of the creative process being difficult, this week I have some footage of carving pumpkins with some friends, wearing them as masks, you know, the pumpkin trend that everyone's doing. So I had this footage, I wanted to use it, and I didn't know how to do it, but I wanted to make a YouTube video quickly. So I was like, I'm just gonna make a why Halloween is the best holiday video. Okay, so I was like, perfect, that'll be easy. It's like a simple thing to talk about, and I start running with that concept. But then in my head, it's just endlessly like, what are you doing? Like, that doesn't make sense with your channel. That's weird. I don't know if you should do that. And then I'm like, maybe I should start a second channel and put it on my second channel.
That's strictly Halloween content.
That's just Halloween content. Yeah, but this is all going in my head, and I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe I'll just make it so that I make something out of that footage and it goes on a second channel. And then that goes even deeper into like, man, this is garbage. I don't have any good ideas anymore. My ideas are so bad. I'm telling myself I have to create a second channel so I can post my garbage onto a second channel. And that's why I want to share this, because this seems to be how every single YouTube video goes for me. I end at this place of like, this is garbage. I shouldn't even make a second channel. I should just delete my first channel. To then being like, well, okay, hold on. In this, why is Halloween the best? What is it that I actually love about Halloween? And then I start thinking about like, basically how Halloween was forbidden when I was little. It was this evil holiday that you're basically inviting demons to possess you if you celebrate Halloween. So I started thinking about that concept, and then started thinking about basically just embracing your darkness as a human. And sorry, this is a roundabout story, but then I was thinking about how Shaffer and I always do guy stands on cliff shots. And do you ever get that feeling when you're standing on a cliff where you're like, oh, I could jump right now?
Yeah, there's like, a name for it. What if I Call of the Void.
Yes. So I was thinking about that. I was thinking about the Call of the Void, and I was like, that was when it like sparked. I was like, this is the video I want to make. Like, this is about Halloween and embracing darkness, and has to do with like that fear of Halloween when I was little to now embracing it, and the call of the void, and choosing to not jump even when you have that impulse thought of like, what if I jumped right now? So anyway, that roundabout story was basically like my way of saying that was such a perfect picture of the creative process for me, where it starts with this idea that's like, yeah, I guess that would work, and then you go with it, and then you're like, this is absolute trash, and then it continues evolving and finally lands with something that I'm stoked to make now. Hopefully it turns out good and I'm actually happy with it, because it's not done.
Dude, that is like, yeah, that is so relatable. I really thought it was gonna land on life is like a pumpkin. I was like, if
You get a bunch of holes cut and then you rot and die.
Oh, what about this? Before you carve a pumpkin, know this. I'm just trying to think of how I would have fit it to your channel. Like, because sorry, this is like definitely a tangent, and I've not forgotten your point.
No, that's okay.
But just for the sake of conversation, your life is like a pumpkin, and sometimes when it feels like you're being carved into, right? Mm-hmm. Like those are the pains of life that feels like, why am I going through this? But then on the other side of it, that's what gives you personality.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dang, dude. Do you want to...
So that's where... Okay, sorry, that was my only thought. Because I really thought that's where it was going. But, dude, yeah, that's so funny. And it's funny you bring up the Call of the Void. I have an entire scrapped video on Call of the Void that I didn't upload. Because I felt like I did... Yeah, because I felt like I didn't do it justice. Because that's such a gnarly topic. Like...
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if I want to go into talking about that or I want to go into talking about the creative process, because they're both so awesome. Like, well, let's do creative process for right now.
Yeah, thanks for making me terrified to make that video now, because I had the same thought.
No,
I was like, dude, this is like such a sick topic and a heavy topic if you don't approach it well, and it could be so cool, but usually when I'm most excited about an idea, that's when I'm most disappointed with myself as well. But anyway.
I think, like, I absolutely think you have to go for it. I definitely don't mean to intimidate you, but I have had the thought that would be just like such a banger video. There's so much potential there, and that's the scariest part for sure.
Dude, yeah, and Halloween is Monday, so I've told myself, if it's not uploaded by Monday, then what's the point?
I've been trying to finish my video on fear by Halloween, and I have so much to do. Like, I've been working on this video for over a month now, like really trying to be particular about it, and now I'm at a point where I just really don't like it. Like, really don't like it. And I feel like the whole narrative is falling apart completely. And it's a bummer for sure. But I feel like it's just like, again, it's the same deal. It's like, if it's not uploaded by Monday, there's not a big point. No one cares about fear in November. People just care about mustaches in November.
Yeah. God. Yeah, I mean, that's such a classic feeling for me of once you spend enough time on something, like it just all starts falling apart and you hate it. Mm-hmm. That's I don't know how to fix that, but yeah, I relate to that feeling big time.
Well, okay, here's something, because I feel like my creative process has gone the opposite way of yours on the Halloween video. So for you, it was like, oh, this would be a fun idea. Wait, no, this would just be a dumb idea. Wait, no, I could twist it this way and it would be a great idea. Mine has gone from, wow, this is a great idea, to, wow, this has gone a different way than I expected, to now I'm like, this is just a waste of time.
Oh, no. Do you ever, how often does it happen where you get to that point and you scrap it versus you get to that point and you push through it and it ends with something that you're more proud of? Like, is there a ratio there?
No, well, that's changed, because back when I had, I still don't have like a crazy viewership or whatever, but back when I would get 300 views on a video, I just wouldn't care. It would be like, if I don't like it, I'm not going to post it, because then it sort of felt like there was like very, very, very low consequence there. And even though now I average like 1,000 to 2,000 views on something, it still feels like way more of like, okay, I actually have to finish this and I have to upload this. And, you know, like once you see the momentum, you know how this is. Like once you see the momentum, you think like that's the most important thing is maintaining the momentum versus making something you're proud of.
Yeah.
So back in the Dizzy, I feel like I would have just completely annihilated it and started something new. Now I feel like with this video, this is one I would have scrapped for sure. And now I'm just like, I have to finish it. And I have to like, but then the Halloween deadline is so stupid. Like I actually do feel like that's a deadline.
Yeah.
Because again, I don't know. It's a pretty unique situation. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Usually that's not the case, but I think now if it wasn't for Halloween, I probably would have pushed this back another week and tried to finagle it some more. But I'm so sick of it now. I just don't feel like there's any saving it.
Yeah. Well, at least yours doesn't have pumpkin carving footage in it.
Dude, pumpkin carving footage is the bomb. Well, I mean, that does make it way more.
That makes it
hinge on Halloween
real hard.
How much work do you have to do on it?
I've written the outline.
Nice. That's a good start.
And I have pumpkin carving footage. That's how far in I am.
Oh no.
Dude, I got to get a haircut today. I got to go to the gym today. So today's basically just obliterated already anyway.
Yeah, my weekend's obliterated. I have to finish it. I have today and tomorrow morning to finish it. So that's cool.
Well, the funny thing is, basically, I don't know. Never mind.
That is the funny thing.
All I was trying to say is I'm so excited to see your fear video, and it's so funny knowing the internal struggle that happens when you make something, because like this fear of the void. Like I'm so excited about that idea that I know whatever I make is not going to be to my idea of what it could be. Yeah. But then when you're a viewer and you have no expectation of what it could have been from the creator's perspective, you're just so stoked to watch it. So I know I'm going to be pumped on that fear video.
I even have a little bit of audience comparison though, because this is sort of more or less a sequel to the Pain Changes You video, which was probably, if not the best video I've ever made, it's really close. Because we had Scotland and we had Alec and we were on the edge of the planet, and like it was hard to get a bad shot in Scotland, and now it's like I don't have that luxury, and it's just, I don't know, there is a level of it that is sort of like, if I'm gonna make a video to follow that one up, it had better be good, and it's not. So I mean, it's not bad, but it's not as good as that one was. So meh.
That's a fun feeling.
Yeah, super good. Yeah, I boxed myself into too many corners with this one. I had too many big ideas. I really wanted it to be done by Halloween. I waited a follow-up to one of my best videos. There were a lot of mistakes there. But I have an idea to balance myself out in November.
Ooh, all right, hit me with it.
I think I'm going to try and do 5 videos in 5 days in November.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
I love that. In a row? Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess obviously what would be
I mean...
5 videos in 5 days that are separated by 5 weeks.
By 5 weeks. Yeah, no, in a row.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's sick. I love that concept. Or just the daily thing is so cool, and it's so destructive to your life to do for a long period of time.
Yeah,
so 5 days sounds awesome.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna do vlogs. I'm gonna try and actually make like a thought out video every day, and then I'll probably cap them at like 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So it's not gonna be like, I don't know.
Oh man,
I don't know what it's gonna be. I'm just gonna try it. So
wow,
you're welcome to try it. You can try it with me if you want. If you got nothing going on for 5 days in a row.
Man, I mean, all I'm trying to do is make videos for the next however long, 6
I
months.
thought November
so.
would be a good time to do it because there's nothing to do in November.
Yeah, November's trash.
Except
November's
mustaches.
the worst month of the year.
It really is. It really, really is. Except for the well, I don't know. Even Turkey Day is not that great.
No, I don't even
Used
eat
to
turkey. There's
Oh
nothing
yeah,
good.
you
I
just
don't
got
like
Soy
football.
Boy Day.
I don't like football. I don't like turkey. You can't go snowboarding yet, but it's cold.
I don't
It's
like
the
my
dumbest
friends.
month.
I don't like this Sean.
Yeah. Dude, the good thing is, since this podcast doesn't exist yet, by time it does exist, all of these videos will probably be on the internet.
I know.
So, if you're listening, you
I'll
can...
probably have bailed on the 5 videos in 5 days video idea.
Yeah, I probably
then-
won't have met my Halloween deadline, so you can watch my Halloween video on November 14th. And
Oh, I have an idea.
okay.
You could make your Halloween video called "I'm Thankful for Halloween," and then upload it on Thanksgiving.
That's brilliant. And I can
Yeah.
just go back to the original concept and it can be why I like Halloween, except it's why I'm thankful for Halloween.
Yeah.
Wow. Genius.
One thing I'm super thankful for. Watch this before you carve another pumpkin.
I love it. It's perfect.
Yeah, that seems like a good workaround. I like how I tackled the fear of the void problem and like had a long time to do it and bailed, and you have like 4 days.
God. I know. And I'm nervous because I'm so excited about it and I have so many shot ideas and stuff, but it's so formless at this point that
Yeah.
I
I believe in you. You can do it. We made a video
thanks.
every single day for, a while this summer.
Yeah. Yeah, I did do that once. But that was Van Jake. That wasn't House Jake.
Yeah, that's true. House Jake's got nothing.
House Jake's got life of luxury now. I'm too comfortable to make daily videos.
Gucci Jake.
Did you have more? I thought you were going to say something about your creative process, and then I distracted you.
It's really similar. No,
Yeah.
it's so similar. Like, you and I are basically the same person. I know exactly how that is. It is funny how I think like maybe the parallel there between us that is super consistent is it seems like it's sort of your lackluster ideas are the ones that turn into the really good ones. And then the really good ones are the ones that always feel lackluster once you post it.
Yeah.
So, that's great.
Yeah. I don't know what the lesson in there is, but yeah, the
Just
amount
give
of
up.
just give up. Dude, most of, if not all of my top performing videos were just this like on a whim, like, oh, I don't know, that's an idea, I gotta make a video, let's run with it. And then it just, you have no expectation and then it explodes. And then the ones that are so precious to me just tank, and it's like, I don't know, I guess the lesson there is to even more reason of why you should just ignore the performance and focus on what you're making, because there's no figuring it out.
Well, it's also it's very possible that the videos that you care the most about maybe don't have the biggest width, but they have the most depth, but there's no way to quantify that. You know what I mean? Like, the one that you really put a lot of work into might be the one that actually changes the way someone thinks, while as the one that hits 1 million people may just be sort of like, I don't know. You never know. You never know what it actually accomplishes.
Yeah. I was looking at retention on YouTube the other day. I guess for anyone that doesn't do YouTube, there's so many behind the scenes statistics that it tells you. And one of them is it tells you what percentage of your audience is still watching by a time in your video. So I was looking through that because there's so much advice to how to do YouTube and how you got to hook your audience in and you got to start them with a cliffhanger to keep them watching. There's all this stuff like that. And I was looking through my retention and it's just completely nonsensical. Like ones that I think have this good hook that's like, oh, like that'll captivate people, have like 30% retention. And then some of my best performing videos that are at like, I don't know, 60% retention literally start with a shot of some birds and like a classical music song, and there's no talking, there's no reason to keep watching. And dude, I have nothing to say other than it doesn't make sense.
I think at least to some extent that's a bit of a pendulum effect. Like when people started to figure out things like if you tell people to subscribe, they're more likely to subscribe. When people start figuring that out, it isn't a cliche. And so then it works. Yeah. Then it becomes a cliche, and then it's like my freaking kingdom to watch a video that doesn't have some freaking dude with a beard say, "What's up, everybody?" And then like, don't forget to smash the bell and all that stuff. And like, we are definitely on the other side of the pendulum right now where people are just sick of it. Like they are just sick of it. And I don't know. I really refuse to believe that that's exclusive to people who interact with YouTube. It is literally a joke now. Like if you say the word YouTube, people go, "What's up, everyone?" Like, don't forget to like, it's just a trope now. And I don't know. I think I don't know if that has anything to do with your analytics, but I do think we are finally entering the other side of that phase where now it's like okay, for example, we are talking about skateboarding YouTube. Like I get so many more just like homies hanging out, filming, no story, no nothing, just like people hanging out doing lackluster skateboarding with like meme songs, and it's like blowing up right now. All these like edits, like the high school edits are coming back hard right now. And I think I think it's because it's just like the polar opposite of what people are used to. It's just I don't know.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I think you're right, and I hope that continues because it feels so refreshing to watch something that feels like it slows you down a little bit, you know, because you just like you can't scroll Instagram or TikTok without feeling this anxiety of how fast-paced and sensational everything is, to where when you watch something that feels, I don't know, feels human paced instead of internet meme paced, it feels so good and so refreshing.
It's like you can't watch someone do the YouTube intro and outro now without slightly cringing, and I just think it's like this is the point in time where like you just have to decide, okay, what comes next? Like what's the next thing going to be? What are we going to do from here? And there are a lot of people that won't try and figure that out, and that's just the way it is. But man, I do think like just the structure is falling apart. The structure of what gets views and what holds retention and everything is just not the same as it used to be, and I think it's going to continue to not be the same. And that's coming from someone who has not made it work other than once.
No, dude, you have made it work.
Well,
like
that's the depth versus width thing. I feel like some of my videos have done well in maybe another metric, which is cool, but I don't know. I could be also totally wrong about that. I don't know.
No. Yeah, you and I talk about Mr. Beast. Well, we don't talk about him a lot, but he comes up as a joke between us a lot. Yeah. And like, I'm sure he's a great dude, but man, do I hope the Mr. Beast style videos die forever, because he's making
the best videos possible.
I know. I could not tell you a single. I've watched a bunch, but I couldn't tell you about a single one because they don't leave you with anything. Like they don't leave you with any meaning or impact.
Or even like comedy. Like there's like nothing.
Yeah. Did you see the YouTube study? I don't know. This was probably a while ago now, a few months ago, but YouTube did a study about why people watch YouTube from their viewers. And one of the biggest categories was comfort. People were like, I watch it for comfort. And I think that like goes really hand in hand with what you were saying about those like homey edits, you know, just like the friends hanging out and watching to feel this sense of comfort. And hopefully that is, again, a sign of leaving this sensational era. But speaking of your comment about the pendulum shifting, did you happen to see, have you been following CMG, Christian Mate Grab's return to YouTube, and how he posted a clickbait thumbnail and video recently?
I didn't see that. I kept up with it. Wow. I kept up with it for probably 2 or 3 videos, and then I haven't checked back in. But yeah, what's up?
Man, this is a pretty niche topic, but I don't know. For anyone who doesn't know CMG, Christian Mate Grab,
he's the underground
YouTube,
grandfather of all things good.
Exactly. Yeah, you said it. That's it. He just has such an interesting story arc, I think, as a YouTuber. He came as a graphic designer in Germany and started this filmmaking YouTube channel on a whim and just became so good so fast. Like, he was really, really early on one of the best, like, aesthetic YouTubers, you know, guys just making beautiful shots. And then anyway, has had this interesting story arc, at least from what we've seen on the internet, of like getting super burnt out, going into crypto and NFTs and not touching a video camera, and saying how he's like done with filmmaking forever. And now we're seeing this return on YouTube, and historically he was also the, like, if filmmaking had a gifted hater or a hater YouTuber, CMG was the guy, because he would just shit on brands and shit on trends and talk about like how terrible products were. Like, brands would send him products and he would just be like, this is shit, and then he would tell his entire Instagram following like how bad a product was.
Legendary, iconic. Seriously, it was iconic.
Yeah. and this video he posted that had this clickbait thumbnail, I think it was like, every filmmaker needs this product or something. It was very like self-aware, ironic. But then it was this beautiful video about like, you know, this doesn't work for me. It's useless for me. I'm sure it's a great product, but I'm not going to tell you to buy it. But then he went into this like beautiful part of the video where he was showing other YouTubers that do product reviews, and he was like, honestly, I understand why other YouTubers like review this.
That's
like,
the most unexpected freaking plot twist.
I know, it was unexpected, but it fit. It made so much sense. He was like, I understand like some people have to make a living reviewing these, but just understand that those people make a living reviewing these. And then it kind of ended like that. I don't know.
Whoa.
It's hard to talk about without having watched it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it. That definitely sounds like a plot twist from traditional CMG, because yeah, I mean, he sort of left when the R5 came out, and all of a sudden you could shoot 8K 12-bit and a camera that would set on fire if you did so. And he just took the biggest 360 slam dunk, like, rap diss track exit out of the whole game with that camera. And it was like, traditionally up until that point, that was like his thing. And so yeah, I mean, I don't know, I think that partially has to do a little bit with like getting older and realizing there are a lot of different sides to everyone's decisions. But it's just like, I don't know, it's cool obviously to see. I'm gonna have to watch the video, but I don't know, I also just love so much when people just like point out the bullshit, because
that's what I was gonna say. Don't worry, he's still CMG, because in that video he still says "fuck Canon, fuck Sony."
Oh, okay.
He's still good old CMG.
Yeah,
you can tell it's like he gained more compassion for his fellow YouTubers who are just trying to make a living, and sometimes that means you have to make a stupid product review. But he's definitely still CMG.
Dang, I'm gonna have to check it back out again, because he is a legend, and if anyone hasn't, man, it's worth the time.
Dude,
definitely.
He has been one of my top favorite channels for such a long time now.
Yeah. It goes back to the conflict thing. Like, he was not afraid to invite conflict into the channel and into his storytelling. And I mean, he disappeared for years and came back, and it's like he hasn't been gone. And I do think it's because you leave this legacy of, like, I'm going to address conflict as opposed to just, whatever the thing is that you're supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. I don't know. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
I don't know. Oh, I actually, now that this is fully, this is a complete 180 to everything we just said completely. When you were talking about Shaffer's YouTube picks for the week, you know who I've been really, really, really into lately? And it's been absolutely just the best, has been... Okay, I told you, not on the podcast, but I told you off camera about how good Internet Historian's videos are.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he has a second channel that's really good, but then he also has a third channel. And his third channel is loose.
Oh, man.
So it took me a while to figure out what it is, but he records his streams, and then he goes back and he basically... I don't even know how to explain it. He goes back and recreates what they're talking about in his streams on Photoshop. And but then he screen records Photoshop. So, like, if he pulls a character in that they're talking about on stream, he will, like, just he'll, like, click it and wiggle it around while they talk. It's so hard to explain, but his channel is called, the channel is called Live, Laugh, Love. And it is just, like, the most meta internet like Gen Z humor ever, and it's so good because it's so low effort. Like, he's essentially going in like, you know how, like, people will do, like, animations of different people's, like, stories, like stories on podcasts. They'll go in and they'll animate the story. He's essentially doing that to himself live on Photoshop after streaming.
Whoa. Oh my god.
And then he'll cut the stream and commentate on what he said in the stream in the middle of it, and you have to be really paying attention to know what's part of the stream and what's him talking about him talking on stream. So it's very, very difficult to explain, but it is a ride, and it is so, so, so good. And so I think on the flip side of this, like, authentic, like, sort of like, oh yeah, things are starting to get more real, I think on the total other side, it's like the meme internet sort of thing is getting just, like, so much more loose and so much more abstract, and, like, you could never explain it to your parents ever.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I love the direction it's going. It is so fun.
Wow. Okay, I gotta add that to my list to check out, because I still haven't watched The Cave.
Yeah, so Internet Historian's video, The Cave. You gotta watch that first, and then you gotta look up Live, Laugh, Love, because it is...
Okay.
It is definitely a rabbit hole of culture, for sure, as far as the internet goes. Wow. And it is beautiful.
Wow. Okay, perfect.
Like, they did one where he was streaming with someone, and they rewrote the ending to Game of Thrones. And I haven't even seen Game of Thrones, but they cut out each character individually, but then we're both working on the same Photoshop project. And we're, like, interacting with the characters while... It is wild.
What in the world? Yeah. Wow, okay. Awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
I knew you would come through with some sort of really obscure recommendation.
Yeah, so that's probably my most obscure. Yeah, it's incredibly good.
Wow, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
We'll be sure to add that in the show notes of this
definitely.
podcast.
Yeah, 100%.
As well as CMG's video and... everything we talked about.
Yeah.
Gonna be in the show notes.
It'll be there.
Also, every podcast I listen to, they say that. Like, it'll be in the show notes. I don't even know how to get to show notes.
No, I don't either.
I've never seen them, found them. I use Google Podcasts, and I got no clue
Google
where
Podcasts?
That is. Yeah.
What is that? What is Google
What
Podcasts?
do you use?
Spotify?
I'm kind of morally opposed to that. Just because I don't believe in intertangling your music and your podcasts. It just feels wrong.
So you use Google? That is the intertangler of all things. Google intertangled your Word docs with your music, bro.
but they're different. They're separate.
Oh my God, dude. You are.
If I want to listen to a podcast on Spotify, I open the Spotify app. If I want to listen to music on Spotify, I open the Spotify app.
Oh my goodness, dude.
If I want to type in a spreadsheet, I open Google Sheets.
You're gonna get a freaking Google Pixel, and you're gonna be like, Google guy, listen to the Google podcast. Like, it's all integrated into the dude. The cloud is the app. Oh my God, you're in subfolders of the cloud. They're not apps.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. At least it's organized. At least I go to a different app. If Spotify had Spotify
now the
podcasts,
argument is that
I'd sign
it's
up
organized. Dude, you open. Oh my God, you open Spotify and there's a podcast and a music, and they go in the same.
Really?
Yes.
There's a podcast tab on Spotify.
Oh my God, dude.
Like,
Look,
does it give
I'm
you
in my library, and then podcasts and shows, and then all the podcasts I listen to are right there. You're a wild man if you think Google Podcasts is the move.
Listen. I don't know that I'd recommend it.
This is the first call out for comments. If you listen to your podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, those are the only two acceptable ones. Let me know. If you listen to your podcast on Google Podcasts or Yahoo Podcasts or freaking Wix Podcasts, let me know.
Yeah, Yahoo Podcasts was the second choice.
Oh my God, dude.
No, I was on Apple Podcasts, but the organization was trash.
And so you didn't go to Spotify where your music is.
Because I didn't want to complicate the relationship between my music and my podcasts. Like, if you're on your homepage of Spotify, does it recommend you both podcasts and music?
Yes, but it's...
Because I don't want that.
No, but it's only...
I don't want any podcast recommendations.
It's only in the things
app.
I listen to the most. So it makes sense to me because it's like, oh, here's the playlist you listen to most, and here's the podcast you listen to most. What are you in the mood for?
I hate it.
Oh my gosh. Google Podcast.
So that's a good time to announce that Friends with Benedicts will be exclusively on Google Podcasts.
It won't be on Google Podcasts.
We struck a deal with Google.
Dude, it's gonna...
Whoa.
Did we?
Why doesn't YouTube have podcasts? Why don't they integrate that into YouTube?
You won't have your music and podcast linked together, but you want your podcast and videos synced together?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my God, dude. You are a crazy person. This isn't going to work. Google Podcasts.
Man.
Every now and then, Jake, you pull some kind of crazy wild card out for me like that. Like, it's just like, I feel like I've really gotten to know this guy. And then you pull something like that out. And I'm like, wait a second.
Oh man, I never was self-conscious about how I listen to podcasts until now. I'm here for, terrified because I know that all 20 of the people listening right now definitely use Spotify.
Yeah.
Like, I know that there's no one on my side.
Yeah.
But I still stand by my decision.
Oh my gosh, dude. You're a wild man. I'm trying to think of another Jake threw wild card like that. Oh yeah, well, I feel like I don't want to spoil it, but it has to do with one of your video ideas and footwear.
Oh, that one's coming up.
That one's definitely coming up.
I mean, dude, let's be honest. That video will be out before this podcast is out.
Dude, I love how. Can I say what it is? Or that's true. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can.
I love how you're like, oh, I don't know if a Halloween themed video fits on my channel, but soap shoes go perfectly with the narrative of what I've built.
Dude, I'm so excited for that. I hope that video is up by the time this podcast is released because I'm making my own soap shoes, which if you don't know what soap shoes are,
you're a chode.
They're shoes. I'm a chode?
No, if you don't know, you're a chode.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't know, you're a real loser. But they're shoes with plastic grind plates on them, so you can just be running anywhere in the world, see something you want to grind, you can just hop on with your footwear and grind a rail or a ledge.
It's just such an abstract thing to do. But did Jordy send you the video of the guy who made the Starbucks cup soap shoes?
No.
Why did he send that to me?
Starbucks cup...
He zip
How do you do that?
zip tied Starbucks cups that were cut in half onto his shoes and made soap shoes. I'll send it to you. I don't know why Jordy sent that to me and not you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you're the soap shoes guy.
Well, maybe he sent it to me.
Oh yeah, you're
I don't
kind of
remember.
off grid.
Or at least I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Last. Do you want to keep talking or do you want to end it? Because I have one more thing I would be able to talk about.
I do got to get to a haircut soon.
Okay.
So we can move towards wrapping up, but definitely if you got another shortish idea.
Maybe we'll hold it.
I don't even know.
Let's hold it for next time. I want to talk about Instagram.
Okay.
Again.
Ooh, we
Because
should definitely hold that for next time because I got so many thoughts.
I have thoughts on it too, and here's what like as a spoiler, here's my like grand overarching thought.
Teaser.
I think if they just don't do what they're trying to do, it will blow back up in a really big way, because they had so much of what Be Real, like so much of the charm that Be Real has in the current format minus Reels.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, I have been so much on the edge of like getting back to it in a real way.
Yeah.
And I'm really scared it's all going to go away, because it has felt fun again with my tricks, tips, and techniques that I've used to trick the algorithm into only showing me my friends.
Oh yeah.
It has been so fun again. But
Be Real is just the answer to Instagram completely fucking up everything that they've ever done.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
I suppose
like,
I still hate Be Real, but
well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's a poor answer to what we lost when Instagram went south.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, like, I just agree with you. Be Real's this attempt at doing that when it already felt good on Instagram until it stopped feeling good.
Yeah, it won't, but I would hope that Instagram would see that the nostalgia they built the app on in the first place is on a second wave right now. Like, people want to be connected to people in somewhat of a real way, because it's sort of all we have now in a way. It's like, dude, I live close to a college campus, and you would think like, okay, college campus, like kids are always hanging out, like doing college kids things. It's not the same as it was when I was in school. I think post-pandemic and just current internet world, like,
yeah,
people go to school on campus and still show up to class on Zoom. Like, they do not interact with each other the same way they used to. And I think Instagram really has or had an opportunity to catch this second wave of like basically like internet personal, like being personal but on the internet sort of deal. And like Be Real is capitalizing on it, and it's just a bummer because I feel like people want so badly to connect with their friends, but they want even more badly to not do it in person. And I don't know.
Agree.
It's just interesting.
That we should for sure dive into Instagram more on the next episode.
Yeah.
Which is a great reason to subscribe on Google Podcasts right now so that you're notified when we release the Instagram.
Follow us on Be Real and Google Podcasts. That's the only two we use.
Hey, my Be Real is basically the Friends with Benedicts Be Real because I only take them when I'm with you.
All right, try and track down.
Because I know how much you hate it.
Dude, you're now the second or third person that does that. They only take it when they're with me.
Yeah, I haven't taken one since I've been with you.
Oh, that's disgusting. You become what you hate. So follow us on Be Real. Track down Jake's phone number so you can dox him, and then follow him on Be Real.
Yeah, and good luck because I only add people that I know really well. Because I'm real.
All right, well. What another fun episode.
Yeah, what are you thankful for, Shafe?
I am thankful. Wait, don't we do something we hate and something we're thankful for?
Yeah.
So can I start with hate so that I end on gratitude? Like,
no, dude, end with hate.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
All right. I'm thankful for... Oh, it's been snowing like crazy here. Like, it's nuking out there every day. It's been full on winter wonderland where I live, which I am very thankful for.
Sick.
So now you do what you're thankful for, and then we'll both end on hate.
Man, I was going to say the same because it's snowing, which is the best. The first snow feels so good, and it's the first snow in Denver right now, even though it's really light. And that's why I'm wearing a beanie and a hoodie, because I didn't want my heater blasting behind me and ruining the audio. So I'm thankful for snow, and I'm thankful that you showed me Gene Dawson, because that's been like the best art in my life lately. I've watched every single music video, and I'm going to see him next week, and I sure hope you are too.
Dang, I'm trying to. Yeah, there's a chance for sure. I'll let you know. Okay, good. I'm thankful for you, Jake.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
No, you can't have two. You can't have two. You,
All right,
you
I
have
take
to,
it back.
You have to go to hate.
Okay. I hate you, Jake. No. I hate anti-Semitism big time.
Yeah.
I guess
good
that's
one.
mine for this week.
Man.
You were
I was
gonna say Spotify, weren't you?
Yeah. And you always... I always think of something fun to hate, and then you drop real hate. Now I gotta think of something that I actually hate instead of something fun like Spotify.
Good luck, dude. Good luck topping anti-Semitism.
I hate child factory labor.
All right. Boom, there it is.
Wow. Well,
Amen.
Say if you don't like this music, you don't be listening to it, you know I'm just a dude that you know, or something similar. If you don't keep it real, then you go somewhere but here, cause you know we're only losing control just for a minute. Oh.